Today, we have reached the end of Marvel Phase 1. Finally!
You sound really sad about it as well.
I am devastated, mate. It's the Avengers, man.
It is the Avengers. This movie is a bit of a behemoth. I don't know. Look, we're not going to cover all of the behemoth, whatever.
Did you say behemoth?
Juggernaut. It's one of those words I've only ever read for a while.
Behemoth?
Yeah, it just doesn't. When you read it, it doesn't look like it should say behemoth, does it?
Yes.
I suppose it does.
Behemoth.
I have the power.
See? Behemoth.
So this week...
I have the lamp.
ADHD.
Sorry.
Today we are examining how Marvel ended up owning the cinema space, which we kind of have been this series. We got a bit distracted when Captain America came along and we both collectively fell asleep.
Yeah, that was a rough watch, man.
That was. The Avengers, however, started shooting before Thor and started shooting before Captain America. So they were being these characters before they'd had their solo movie. Yeah, 2011.
Holy shit.
This film only cost $220 million. Now, I say that. It sounds like a lot of money. Right. It sounds like a lot of money. But dude, we've covered films that cost $150 million that don't look anything like this, that don't have a fraction of the CGI that this film has.
Yeah, I guess.
Or the cast list.
Yeah.
Like Robert Downey Jr. probably doesn't even get out of bed for less than 50 mil.
I mean, now, there's no shot that he does. I mean, he got out of bed for Iron Man 1 for $500,000.
Right.
You know what I mean?
They turned it. They did turn that $220 million though into $1.5 billion. And I feel that's why this movie is important to cover.
With a B, billion.
With a B. This is Bezos money now. Yeah.
Fuck me, man.
Hate it or love it. I'm not asking people to love this franchise or these characters or any of that. But you have to at least be curious about how it happened, right?
You got to respect it.
You got to respect it.
You can hate it, you can love it, but the respect is like, that's earned. You know what I mean?
Exactly. I don't agree with everything Fred West did, but he's a damn fine plasterer.
Ooh. I can't disagree, but I'm hesitant to agree.
For our international viewers, Fred West was a bit of a naughty man who hid some dead people in his walls.
Yeah, Fred West, semicolon, bit of a naughty man. Rob McFarlane, 2024.
I would argue Fred West was a full colon. You saw this movie when it was in the cinema, right?
I did. I was younger. I'm still young.
Okay, really?
Yeah, spring chicken.
I disagree. I think I'm going to disprove that this week, but we'll get to that.
All right, thanks, man. Can't wait for this week.
You're in a good mood, so I got to bring you down.
Yeah, thanks.
You did see it at the cinema.
I saw this at the cinema. It was one of those moments where it was all of my childhood on a screen and it wasn't being punched in the face, which was great.
That's true.
You look at Transformers, that just shit on my childhood. Fantastic Four movies, they may as well have literally just choked out my childhood.
You say this film is all of your childhood on a screen. I don't remember the horrific abuse scene. Did we watch the same version of The Avengers?
I don't know, mate. I don't remember a lot of it. A lot like my childhood.
Yeah, same. For me, I grew up reading Silver Age, so a lot of the late 60s, early 70s Marvel comics that my alcoholic grandmother had stashed in a cupboard. And it was just this cupboard of joy of like slightly mildewed and chewed up like comic books. But to see them come to screen, I was excited. I was frothing at the mouth. I was the right age, you know, and it was this great moment. There'd been like 5 films coming out. I was really, really looking forward to it. What they did with their big team effort, where they got all of these 5 film characters together, if this failed, they were fucked. So they got the guy that wrote The Incredible Hulk to write a strand.
Do you see what I mean?
Yeah. So they saw The Incredible Hulk and they're like, more of that.
Yeah, they took the worst of the 5 movies we've had so far. Well, who do we get? Do we get Jon Favreau back in? No, we fucking don't.
Well,
Who
they
do we
couldn't.
get in?
Jon Favreau wouldn't come back after what they did to his ideas for Iron Man 2.
Shocking! Just fucking let him do what... Let him cook, man.
Yeah.
He even did a film called Chef. We all know he can cook. Let him cook.
I also think we forget that Joss Whedon made Alien Resurrection the worst Alien movie.
Second worst Alien movie, but I'll agree.
No,
it's shocking.
Wrong. Wrong.
Shocking.
When we do the Alien franchise, I'll prove to you that Alien 3 is very unfairly maligned. It's problematic and it's not good, but it's got a lot to love. And it's way fucking better than Alien Resurrection.
Is it though? But is it though?
In Alien Resurrection, they abort the fucking alien baby at the end of the movie, which is a shame because that's what they should have done with the whole fucking script. But, but yeah, Whedon did an all right job with this. I can't lie, it made 1.5 billion. I can't write a script that makes 1.5 billion, and he's a bit cunty, but like
he did a fucking mint job at this. But at the end of the day, right? If someone was that big of a cunt and then wrote this movie, does it cancel out the being that big of a cunt?
Is Picasso's art good? He was a famous cunt.
Yeah, he was a famous cunt. And yeah, his art's all right, I guess. Who's Picasso? The ginger dick that chopped his ear off, right?
No.
I'm joking. I'm joking.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's the one that splattered paint all over the walls, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Being
Picasso.
a Jackson bollock.
I feel like he did an excellent job with some of the characters that I actually care about. So we've covered the Iron Man movies, and that struck a chord with us specifically because it's a very sincere film about a man dealing with addiction and legacy and life-changing events that have just skewed his whole perception on what's right and wrong and what is he contributing to the world. And in this film, his story arc goes full 180-degree circle, and you see the character progression from Iron Man 1 through Iron Man 2, and then you see this weird evolutionary jump 2 movies later.
Yes.
As if he's carried on learning. Like, it's not like the next step in his journey. This is like, you see him much further down the line. It's such fucking clever writing when it comes to the two Tony Stark story arc. It's incredible.
His story arc's good. His quips are brilliant. Like, he's much spike. Although the spikiness, I do wonder if he's just repeating stuff that Joss Whedon said to the intern. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, like the quippy shit when he's being a dick in like the room to Nick Fury and stuff, literally being sort of well, what are you really doing with the Tesseract?
Right,
I'm breaking into all your shit. I'm gonna find out your secrets.
I feel like that's just Joss Whedon doing a self-insert where he's like, but who are you really texting when you're not texting me, art designer? I'm going to break into your shit. I'm going to put an air tag in your bag.
Can you imagine? You know, in like films when they're doing when like from behind the camera, they're feeding the actors lines for like alternate takes and shit. Do you think that like, these guys were just on set doing their parts? Joss Whedon is fucking like losing his shit
Shooting out some intern,
literally being sort of like, fucking Deborah, get it? I ordered a latte, you cunt. Where the fuck is this? A cappuccino? Slams it on the floor. Where's my bag of blueberries? Go and get me my fucking blueberries, you stupid little bitch. You get the opportunity to be in the presence of Joss fucking Whedon.
Yeah. And Robert Downey Jr. is just there with a little notebook. He's just writing it down. Oh, this is quite good. Yeah. We've got a new Hulk.
Fucking yes, we do.
How much do you know about the recasting of Ed Norton for Mark Ruffalo?
It's funny that you mentioned this, buddy, because nothing. None. I don't know anything.
So when they made the first Avengers movie, they recast Ed Norton, who was currently Bruce Banner, and replaced him with Mark Ruffalo.
Great Bruce Banner.
It became a bit of a thing. Great Bruce Banner. Both of them are great Bruce Banners. They're both very great. Different Bruce Banners.
Very different. Both great. I just don't want Ed Norton getting shit on in this whole fucking scenario because he is,
totally,
in my eyes, an incredible Bruce Banner.
But when they were making the first Avengers movie, they obviously recast the Hulk.
Yes.
And it was a bit contentious because Ed Norton and Marvel were in negotiations for fee and contract.
Okay.
He was saying, I'm very much excited to sort of retake the role.
Excellent.
And then a statement was released saying, our decision is definitely not based on monetary factors, but instead rooted in the need for an actor who embodies the creativity and collaborative spirit of our other talented cast members. The Avengers demands players who thrive working as part of an ensemble, as evidenced by Robert, Chris, Samuel, Scarlett, and all of our talented casts. We're looking to announce a new name actor who fulfills these requirements and is passionate about the iconic role in the coming weeks.
What the fuck?
Right.
They put that out as a statement.
Yeah. Now,
did they staple it to his pummeled face after they were done fucking just belting him in the street? What the shit?
Here's the thing with that story is there's a couple of reactions. Norton's agent said it was purposefully misleading, an inappropriate attempt to paint our client in a negative light. But then a few months later, Norton claimed it was his own decision to never play the Hulk because he wanted more diversity with his career. And according to Mark Ruffalo, Edward Norton didn't like that Bruce Banner was struggling with his issues of being the Hulk all over again, when at the end of the Ed Norton film, he'd kind of made his peace with it.
He was getting, because it ends on him sort of meditating and then his eyes opening and it's Hulk's eyes in Banner's body, like they've become one.
I feel like there's a certain amount of, they were negotiating and Ed Norton was trying to get his price higher, which again, with an ensemble movie, you're entitled to do, but they're going, this is getting really fucking expensive now. And Ed, last film time we invited him on, he needed to rewrite the fucking script. He can't do that on this one. And all he's doing in these meetings is bitching about how he doesn't like this script. So is this really going to be the one? And I can see Ed Norton kind of being a bit confident, like he knows he's got the role. I've already been in one film. They have to fucking...
Yeah, okay. I can see that.
His agent being like, we can push for more. They're not going to recast. You're already in one of the movies.
Yeah. What are they going to do? Just fucking recast you mid-phase?
Yeah. And I feel like they were like, yes, we will. Because realistically, it's cheaper and the new actor ain't going to complain about our script.
Yeah.
So,
also,
bye.
We're going to shit talk you in public. Have a good one. How'd you like that script, buddy? Captain America in this film, mate. Like, going on from his film where you see him being this moral, selfless, just fucking wonderful embodiment of all that's good nature and, like patriotism and I'm good stuff. I'm here for my brother, man. It's great. You get that in this film, but he's also... You start getting the little character development where it's almost seeding that S.H.I.E.L.D. aren't as moral as what he's used to.
It's where he begins to doubt what he's told by the establishment and he becomes more of an American ideal than an American reality.
He's the American dream, man. He's old American. He's moral, selfless. He's fucking, like, he's just humane is the main word.
The idea of it rather than the, he's the thing you aspire to. He's an aspirational version of the concept of the American dream.
Exactly. And the fact that he's looking at S.H.I.E.L.D. and being sort of like, I don't know if I like what's going on with the higher ups right now, buddy. All right, back in the day.
I've seen your Zoom calls and you're all got really bad lighting.
Yeah. Stop sitting in the shadows, you fucking weirdos. How to let people know that 4 old cunts sitting in a dark room are evil.
Might be morally subject. Shit
lighting. Just don't put a light on their face because that might make them seem good.
Can you imagine if you switched over to like BBC Parliament or like whatever the American equivalent is, where you get to see your government doing work live.
Sure.
And they're all just on screens with their faces blacked out.
No.
You'd be like, oh shit, we're in the bad time.
Yeah, oh my God, we're the bad guys. We're the bad guys. So that's how it goes. Yeah.
They didn't film in New York. They filmed very little in New York.
Right.
What ILM did instead was they raised themselves 100 foot off the ground on cranes.
Right.
And with digital cameras, took 250,000 individual photographs of that street.
Google Map it, mate. You know what I mean? They got those little cars.
Well, they basically did an incredibly high resolution version of Google Maps.
Right.
And then wrapped those photos around the CG geometry that they had built of this one street, 49th Street.
That's fucking insane.
They then created from scratch low-res individual rooms and offices to be behind the windows.
What the fuck, man?
Right?
That's so much effort. Just film in New York.
Right. But it's too much explosions. It's too much this, that, or the other, right? You can't get a space whale in there because of traffic reasons.
Well, that's upsetting.
But
you can get a space whale on a CGI set, though, yeah? You just fucking invite him in, yeah? Yeah, good shit.
It's a warehouse, mate, you know?
Wormhole above the warehouse. Come on, fucking he's 5 minutes late.
There's not a building or a street or a pavement in Act 3 that's actually there.
That's actually insane.
They designed over 190 individual unique objects like benches, bins, even the sandwich boards. They did separate sandwich boards for each shop.
Can you imagine some of the phone calls that were made after the interviews? Mom, guess what? You never believe it. I'm working on a Marvel film. Oh my God, son, that's amazing. You've dreamt about this since you were a little kid reading the comic books. What are you going to be doing? I'm designing bins.
Nolan, who we covered, and we are, big fans of.
Christopher fucking Nolan.
It's very clear to say that, it removes drama and it removes threat and it removes tension from the film. If the viewer can sit there and go, none of this is really there.
Yes.
And I agree. I've seen his films and they have a special level of intensity because it really fucking happened.
I wasn't a fan of him before we covered him. And then as I learned about him throughout the series, fucking mind-blowingly good. Mind-blowing.
But from a pure technical level, a pure technical wizardry level, to make $1.5 billion,
that's insane.
With a film where the third act is entirely invented. You forget, whilst you watch this film, that half the cast aren't even fucking real.
What do you mean?
In Avengers 1, there's a scene with Chris Hemsworth on top of a space whale fighting Chitauri with Iron Man and the Hulk.
Yeah.
And if you watch the behind the scenes, it's Chris Hemsworth in a giant green warehouse pretending he has friends.
Oh, shit, I know what you mean, yeah. Obviously, the fucking Hulk and Iron Man aren't there. Like,
yeah, right.
I was thinking, no. Ruffalo's a real buddy. All right, he's a real bloke.
So
mate.
He's a real buddy.
Yeah.
But Chris Hemsworth is on stage, and they're going, the only thing that you have to act with for this shot is what's physically you. Everything else you have to imagine. Your castmates, your teammates, what you're on, where you are. It's all just this tennis ball and that green wall. Fucking good luck.
That's amazing. That's actually amazing.